welcome back to my channel, and it's almost the time for love. It's close to the season of love, and love is in the air. So today I would like to talk about The Five Languages of Love by Dr. Gary Chapman. Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Shanetel, my brand is Shenpunky, and this is Shens. So the five languages of the five sorry about that. The Five Love Languages by Gary Chapman. So this is a book. So this is qualified as a book review. So this is a book that I read a couple years ago, and I just want to share some insight on what Dr. Gary Chapman's book about. He spoke about how the love languages affect our relationships. So, what is your love language? What is your partner's love language? Do you guys speak the same love language? Can two persons who speak a different love language be together and have a wonderful relationship? I believe so. And so does Dr. Gary Chapman. He pretty much says if you know the language that your partner speaks or your partner would like to receive love by, then you will be able to have that wonderful relationship. The five love languages. Let me just go ahead and start talking about them. Before I jump into telling you what each love language is, Dr. Gary Chapman pretty much says it's the lack of the language that you identify with the most. That is when there's a problem. And later down, after I tell you what the love languages are, I will tell you an example to show how the lack of the love language can, in truth, seem as if you don't love the person. The first one that we're going to talk about is, yes, words of affirmation. Words of affirmation is just telling the person that I love you. It's telling them that they're beautiful. It's telling them that I care so much for you. And it's telling them that I really appreciate you. So that is the first love language that we're going to talk about. So it's words of affirmation. It's also a language that you have to be very careful of what you say to that person, because if words of affirmation is how they actually want to be shown love, if you say something bad to them, like that can be very detrimental to your relationship. So be careful of what you say when the person's main love language is words of affirmation. The second love language is acts of service. It's like when you do things for the person. It's like when you wash for them, when you cook for them, when you do the laundry, when you take out the garbage. It's just acts, like acts of service. So when you do nice things for people, that's a form of love, and that's a love language. So acts of service can also be your main love language. If you like when somebody cook for you, if you like when they pamper you and take care of you in those ways, that is your main love language. And the third love language is receiving gifts. Don't we all like gifts? So receiving gifts is the third love language. But what I want to say about receiving gifts is that it's not about just buying the person stuff. It's about thoughtful gifts. It's about gifts that the person had to think about this gift in order for it to have such an impact on you. So receiving gifts is also a love language, and those are thoughtful gifts and thoughtful gestures. The fourth love language is quality time. So quality time is the fourth love language, and this is when you want to spend quality time with your partner, just sit and relax and just enjoy each other's company. It can just be like just to watch a movie and just to have that quality time. Whatever you do in your quality time, it's just time spent with the person, just their existence, just being in the same room with them. It's not really doing anything. It's just like just being around the person. Don't I know it? So yeah, quality time is the fourth love language. And the fifth and final love language by Dr. Gary Chapman is physical touch. If you like to be touched, that's your main love language. If that having that touch and that, having them all upon your body, getting those hugs and getting those massages and, just having them rub you down a couple times. If that's your love language, then that is your love language. So physical touch is the fifth love language. And don't we all like to be touched sometimes? So yes, that's the fifth love language. And for the example, okay, so say that my main love language is quality time. And these are the acts of my partner. So say that my partner tells me all the time, oh, I love you so much. And they also buy me like really nice stuff, really nice, thoughtful stuff, of course. And say that they do stuff for me, they cook for me, they clean for me, they do my laundry. And when it's time to get down, we get down. They always hug me and we always have kisses and stuff like that. And we're having like, we have a good physical relationship. But when it comes to spending like quality time, he's never available. Like, he's never available to do anything outside of physical touch. Sorry. Getting my emotions get the best of me. But yeah, say he's never available to do anything like quality time. He's just available to do physical touch as well as acts of service. He also tells me all the time that he loves me and he buys me gifts. But I don't have that one-on-one with him. He doesn't have time to like just sit and watch a movie. Like, he's like too busy for that. Or he just doesn't have like time to just run me a bath and just have me soak in that bath and just sit there at the side of the bath and let's just talk about stuff. He doesn't have that time. How do you think I would feel? I can tell you, I will feel like he doesn't love me, because the one thing that I want the most from him, which is my main love language, which is quality time, is not given. Hence, if that is your main love language and it's you get everything else but you will feel like you're not loved, you're unloved, you feel like you're unappreciated, you feel like this person does not love you, when in truth he's showing you in every other way that he does love you, but the one way that you would actually want to be shown. So this is a real big thing in relationships, because if you don't know what your partner's love language is, and that is the only thing that is lacking, then they will feel like that you don't love them, but you do so much other things for them and they cannot see through to it. But that's what Dr. Gary Chapman spoke about in his book when he spoke about the love languages. He also talked about like love language, like to know your love language, you can check, how you grew up. It's more, he spoke about nature versus nurture, but personally, I think like your nurturing has a lot to do with it. Like how you were shown love as a child plays a very important role in how you want to be shown love as an adult and how you show love as an adult. So know how to show love to the person by knowing their love language. Also, let them know what your love language is so you can help them to know that this is how I want to be shown love. Now, if you don't know what your love language is, and if you feel like this is my love language because I like to be touched, or this is my love language because I like quality time, or if you're going to say I like all of it and I want all of it, you can go ahead to the love language quiz and you can fill out that quiz and they'll tell you what they think your love language is. And they'll tell you like, everybody speaks all the languages, but there are more languages that are dominant in you, and that's the one that you identify with the most. So by taking this quiz, you will be able to see what your main love language is and how you would prefer to be shown love. I'll leave the link to the quiz down below in the description box. You can also find all my information for all my social medias in the description box. So go ahead and like this video if you thought it was fun. If you also thought it was helpful in any way, go ahead and like the video. Leave your comments down below and just tell me what you think and tell me whatever, tell me what your main love language is. I want to know, like, after you do the quiz or even before you do the quiz, tell me what you think your main love language is. And after you actually completed the quiz, tell me if you were correct. So go ahead, do the quiz, and tell me about your love language. My main love language, I think I have two love language, and based on the quiz, I had like a close percentage with both love language, because one is how I was nurtured, and two, I think, is what I pretty much identify with by nature. So my two main love language is, guess and tell me what you think my two main love language is. And if you guess correctly, then I'll tell you in the comments down below what my two main love languages are. Did I say is before? Completely throw that out. Yes. So I'll tell you what my two main love I'll tell you what my two main love languages are down in the comments below, especially if you guessed it right. Like, I want somebody to guess it right before I actually say it. So go ahead and leave your comments down below. Go ahead and answer the question, what's your love language? Go ahead, take the quiz, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and add me on Snapchat. All my information will be in the description box, and everything for me is at Shenpunky. So I'll see you in my next video. And remember, love is a choice. So do something every week to refill your partner's love tank. Love tank. So do something every week to fill your partner's love tank. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later on Shen's. Bye.